Why would anyone willingly pick the Mongols? That is what we're here to answer. One and all, welcome back to for Action. We have got Demu up against Killjadi. You know, I wanted to know who Killjadi was up against. I saw it as Demu, I was like, okay, this will be a good matchup. Then I saw it was English versus Mongols, and all of a sudden I had so many question marks. Because we don't really see Mongols that often at the moment, unless it's on these water hyper maps where they can still try to go for that spam and spam. The spam and spam that did get nerfed, remember, as the stone generation got reduced. We're going to hit the 2-turn speed for the early game, because I got a feeling with that reduction and the fact that we're talking about an English opponent, we're not going to be seeing any sort of Dark Age aggro. It's not going to happen, right? Like, realistically, this is the worst Civ to try and do Dark Age spam and spam against, because they've got short bows to defend you, and then they've got longbows for later. So, we will not do predictions live on this one, because I don't know if the game is over, as I'm sure Demu is streaming it as well. So I don't want to make this too easy for you guys to get predictions. To remind me on the next one when we are absolutely live. So interesting idea here coming in from I Never Die to make Dark Age Horseman. I wouldn't recommend it here. It's too slow. It's way too slow with the passive stone generation now, so therefore it's way too expensive on food. And if it's Abbey of Kings on the other side, that king will wallop your face in. So you don't have this transitional play, right? Like, maybe you'll see Demu go into Longbow still after he techs up. But it's going to be an opening of the king. And that means your horsemen don't have any transitional power. They don't scale. And as the idea of like outpost rushing, even if you could somehow make that happen, the timing's once again skewed to a point where realistically an English player could age up. He'll have his gold. So, you know, I prefer this approach from Killjadi. Just get your tech up as quickly as possible. Silver Tree's going to be on the way. He did get a decent spawn for this as well. You notice the trade post is pretty far away. Sheep haul-wise, we're also looking at a good game for Demu. 14 sheep already to just 9. That's surprising, actually. Demu, I would not have expected the English player to get more sheep off of this map, considering the power of the Khan. Between the Scouting Falcon and the Maneuver Arrow, you should always be ahead. Instead, looks like something went awry, though, because this guy is about to yoink away what I think is the last of the sheep. Wow. Oh, okay. I genuinely would never anticipate the English player getting this many sheep. And this is without an opening farm build, right? Yeah, no farms at home. Sometimes we see English players drop 2. I've even seen 3 farms recently. And the logic is, I think it's like Beastie has an entire build order on this. The logic, the reason why you do it is because it allows you to get your hands on more scouting time, right? It means you don't actually have to come home at all. You can stay out as long as a berry civ, essentially, at that stage, it feels like. But that wasn't the case here. So the fact that Demu still got the majority impresses me. Sorry, I just had to ban that pleb. So anyway, Abbey of Kings on the way, Silver Tree on the other side. This is tricky now for Killjadi because by going for Abbey of Kings, Demu now has a counter to trade. You can't trade freely, right? With a king out on the field, he'll just kill you. So I think Killjadi is going to have to consider adding in some early outposts, some early spam, and I don't think you want to do spam. And realistically, you want to get the Keshiks. Once you have about 4 Keshiks, I think you can quite confidently go for the Silver Tree spam, but you need that box ticked first. The other side, Demu is ticking his own greed. Beyond the Stone, we are getting that 2 TC Abbey of Kings build that is very popular right now. The question is he going to hang around in Feudal? My feelings on this is you probably just go Castle. The reason is that even though you can run away with a King and Mass Horseman, like that is a play English can commit into, if you're running under Yam, Keshiks will always hunt you down, and the Maneuver Arrow will guarantee as well, right? So like your safer bet here, if you're Demu, is probably just start adding your farm clusters in, get towards Castle Age. Demo. If you want to play long feudal, I think you'd just go longbow spears, realistically. Men at Arms, this is not one of the matchups I'd recommend it in, just because it's Keshiks in trade, which means there's always going to be gold coming in for more Keshiks, right? And on the other side, Killjadi, the likely approach here is going to be Keshiks plus archers. Pretty standard play for Mongols. Upgrades really nicely into Castle Age with the Kurotai build as well. Silver Tree already packing up. Notice that he didn't use the stone to generate additional traders after the first pack. He just got double trader, double Keshik, and then he's going to put all that stone into pumping additional Keshiks as time goes on. more Demu now on his way across. Outpost is coming up. So this is the thing that I actually like about Killjadi's spawn. He actually got a gold that spawned to the northeast side, which is on the trade route. It's far enough away to give an early warning and outpost safety point for your gold gatherers, but also to buff the trade coming through at the weakest point, right? Because this north side is the side that I'm expecting Demu to try and intercept, as it's closer to his own base. Demu didn't even try to actually attack the villagers. They're a little bit late there. So Killjadi won't lose a single soul. And see the difference in movement speed now. Yam, 1.87. It means your king can't fight in these areas. And what sucks more is when you fight a Keshik, realistically in a one-on-one, you should be able to beat a Keshik. But it'll never be a one-on-one. And the more you fight, the more they heal, right? You only heal from not fighting. So it's literally polar opposites here. Demu with the farms now coming in. Killjadi. What is his win condition here? Because I wonder in this matchup now, with the way this is playing, double archery range is coming through. So we are going to get Demu committing to that comp we talked about, at least layer 1. I'm expecting spears afterwards, but I'm wondering, Killjadi, like, does he view his win condition in Feudal? Because I feel like Feudal's really good for you here. With trade always scaling, with the fact that you can get your premium gold units now and they're good, to me, Demu is the one who needs to reach Castle Age. I feel like a longer Feudal kind of sucks for him. Longbows is an upside, kind of falls flat when you're up against mass Keshik. I actually love this interaction. Mongols low-key might be a good solution to English king play. Because he can't heal, right? At all. Now, unfortunately, the maneuver arrow is on cooldown. But the funny thing is, like, over time, you're charging, right? You're gap closing. Sure, there's extra movement speed on the king, but it doesn't really make up for the difference in speed from the charge. Demu actually might end up losing this king. The other charge is going to kill him, right? Like, if he breaks out of the way... Oh, the body blocks. Yeah, Killjadi, he tried to get the micro in time. Unfortunately, he was a little bit late there. So Demu, by the hair on his chin, barely getting away. Because that king was squealing like a piggy. 19 health, but stays alive. And conveniently for Killjadi, that's now brought him to the enemy base. Demu is going to start committing to the walls. Wait, what? That wasn't BS. There's technically a hole in that wall, guys. It makes sense that he hits him with a lance. So first blood drawn, villager goes down. Behind this, trade count is now up to 6. And this is exactly what Killjadi needed. Just keep his opponent in his base, don't let him come out. What worries me is I think Killjadi, this is a bit of a misread. Look at what he's going for. So, like, the problem for me is I'm wondering, realistically, what does Castle Age offer you here? You know, except better units, right? But, like, your comp, the things you want to build here, I feel like they're already in existence. Maybe Killjadi's planning a men-at-arms transition, because then he can dive the base permanently. But, honestly, long trade... Prolonging Feudal feels like it's a better play here. The amount of Keshiks you could get, the amount of archers you could get here would be huge. White Tower and Dungeons. Those are contradictory. I'm a Hom person. Dungeons are always black. Kurtai now on the way. Alright, we'll see if this hurts him. I mean, Demu's army isn't that big right now. And Faye will be disappointed to hear that I don't think we'll be seeing Mangadai this game. Sorry, Faye. I'm trying to think, like, is there a worse matchup to do Mangadai in? I don't think there is, right? This is categorically the worst one. What worries me is Demu, I don't think he realizes this is a tech up. Because the way that the Keshiks have been shown in their face, like, he might be suspicious now that it's still only 5 Keshiks, right? Like, no more behind this. It's either TC or Castle Age, right? But now, with longbows, like, where's your pressure point? You need to now march like a bat out of hell, but that's going to take a lot of time. And I feel like, you know, with only longbows, you don't feel safe to come out. By the time you reach trade, there's going to be additional Keshiks, and they're also going to be vetted up. So this is a very uncomfortable phase of the game now for Demu. I don't think the English are strong on the White Tower because the fact that it produces produces units. I think it's more due to the fact that it protects your greedy TC investment, right? The reason why English are strong right now is because of how early they can get this TC. They can get the TC freely, more freely than any other civ in the game, because this opening king play pressures their opponent really hard. But I think the problem in this matchup that we've just witnessed is the Keshik's response is pristine. It's exactly what you need. The king can't hang around to do anything. Like, this king is, to me, felt completely redundant. In this game, anyway. In most matchups, the king looks broken. But this one, anything but. And in fact, he's about to have his face broken. Nice maneuver arrow there. Alright, looks like we're going to need a new coronation. Demu, without hesitation, goes back for the king again. This comp is dicey, though. Demu. At this stage, I'd say you just go Castle Age, right? He's trying to build enough troops so that he doesn't get dove. This archer army, to me, it doesn't scream, I'm coming out to fight. Because I feel like if you come out to fight now, you do die. He's got, what, 2 farm clusters. Realistically needs a third one added in. A White Tower is likely to be dropped on the front side. He used that to then rush berries to get a little bit extra food. But you definitely need castle. Coming out with longbows at this stage is just death. What worries me, though, is the longer he takes to Castle Age, the longer he invests into longbows like this, the more eco that Killjoy is securing. Relics are now being returned home. On top of that, trade count now up to 15. This is where it really starts to kick you in the teeth. 8 food, 8 wood, 83 gold. And as you can see, it's owned by... Sorry, guys. We have this UI bug has literally been in the game for... And I'm ruining it because I think everyone else hasn't noticed until now. This UI bug has been in the game for over 2 years. King? Wait, again? Well, luckily there's enough longbows here to scare Killjoy away. Killjoy has made that everlasting mistake of not having undermesh prepped. That is now on the way. Love the forward outpost. Kurotai should be packing up and on the way in. Now, this is quite funny, actually, because with undermesh, this fight gets incredibly difficult for Demu to take outside of his base. And if we get the wedge rivets as well as a follow-up, which is affordable at this stage, these longbows will be tickling. Outpost is greedy, though, and Demu is looking for the White Tower drop on the forward. Outpost is going to get cancelled. Good secure as well. Secures his wood line, secures the secondary, and also secures the gold. Gold is becoming a problem, right? Like, he's already harvested half of it, so this is a great read. Wait, what? That is one of the most ambitious Kurotai moves I have ever witnessed. Yeah, get the hell out of here. Scram. And next time, remember to get your pack-up tech. You goddamn nit. I'm kidding. How cool Killjoy do. Although it is interesting that he doesn't have his backup tech. I feel like that's a high priority whenever you play Kurotai. So, tech's complete on both sides. Demu should be heading over towards the trade soon. His win condition now is to shut down trade, because he's going to outscale, right? Killjoy needs to actually... wait. I think he needs to hold. I don't want to say he has to defend, because every time I say defend, Mongols lose. But the whole idea is you need to just repel the attack. And at that point afterwards, like, what's going to happen is Demu, his wood lines, you're already seeing it, like, the south side is going to be unprotected. This fight is way too soon. I don't like this at all. Killjoy, expensive loss. And for nothing gained. Yeah, that's exactly what you can't be doing. It looks like Killjoy was maybe paranoid that Demu was going to go into his trade, so he was like, I need to hit him first. But I think you just need to calm your Tete, right? Like, slow it down. Demu is going to exhaust this wood line. The gold isn't even going to last that long. Once that's happened, he has to move here, he has to move here. That's when you can't just guard with mass longbows. I love how Demu is literally just building one unit. Well, he respawned the king, but you know. I'm getting full Battle of Agincourt vibes right now. Although I don't remember the Mongols being there, so like, maybe my history is a little bit rusty. Mangonel's finally coming. I wondered when this was going to happen, because this is literally the solution that has been missing this entire time. He wanted to make sure that this is exactly what Demu wanted to build. And the Mongol food is this low of map control because they haven't set up pastures yet. They're playing pocket resources, right? They still are on the deer. They're moving out to it now. Mango. Yeah, that's exactly not what you needed. He's chugging-nooing with longbows, for Christ's sake. I just like to imagine that if I tuned into Demu's stream right now, I'd just hear him humming Royal Britannia. Yeah, the only exception he'll make to his combo. I like my longbows, but I need longbows. This is Longbow, and this is Longbow's big brother. Whoa, Demu. That's a misclick, guys. Don't ignore that. Definitely a misclick. Of course the Terror main would think that range units are OP. I want to play Royal Britannia, but I'm pretty sure I get copyright struck. Is that not an accomplishment in life, just getting copyright struck by the king? Longbows into a choke point. Kiljadi. I mean, this is not how you want to fight. The Mango is closing in, but incredibly slowly. Demu just continues to step away from this. Eco lead has been building up because of it. Mango's shot is big, though. Good micro by Kiljadi. He can get a second shot out here. Deploys. Goes for the wallop. Demu not able to move away quick enough here. And all of a sudden, this is not looking like Agincourt at all. This is looking like every single other attempt by the English to take mainland Europe. Oh my. And now his response is to get mangoes as well. Demu, he was being greedy. Look at this, guys. He was going for Imperial Age. Longbows at least skirt away from the mangoes now, which means it's going to be a good trade up against the archers. But that was quite the walloping. Demu went from a dominant lead in archer department down to something a little bit more tame. Agincourt? No, guys. This is Agincourt. I think Demu's actually in Agincourt right now. He's mad that he didn't get into Imperial Age before that had to happen. Still, this is very much still the Agincourt strategy. We continue to scale longbows. Food and gold is at decent pacing. We will definitely be looking Imperial. The question is whether we... Whoa, wait, what? No, we're not. Knights? Those weren't an Agincourt. Hold on a second. He's actually going back in. I'm a little bit surprised by this. I feel like Imperial Age is better for the English here. Instead, Mango's coming in, and Kiljadi gets baited into a fight. He has no right taking. The king leads from the front here in Agincourt. He even survives it. And all of a sudden, Kiljadi, has he just lost this game? I mean, his food income is abysmal, right? He's got about 1,000 food a minute compared to 1.5k to 2k any given time. It's persistent. The army size as well is worrying me. Like, Kiljadi right now, he has a total of 3 Keshits going up to 10. How the hell do you snipe 2 Mangonels? Wow. Okay, Demu. Pull the trigger, King. You've done it. Knights are going to rotate towards the trade now. Wingard Palace is indeed going to be the choice on the way. I mean, who can blame him? There's no raid coming in. You don't need a bark sheet. You'd be barking mad to go for it. Pretensely's going to move away. Even with 5 relics and access to trade all this time, the English are still dunking. Longbows are going to sit underneath the primary TC. That can get expensive, but as long as you're taking traders with you, it's worthwhile. And remember, guys, this is all of Kiljadi's efficient food income, right? He has deer over here, he's got berries over here, but most of his economy is not there. More villages dying, and all of a sudden, we're now talking about a 30 eco lead for Demu. Imperial Age ticks. Veterancy into elite status now on the way. Keshiks is the best fight they're ever going to get, but this is not a good one. Squirrels are going to move in for the trade. Mangonels are still going to get some wallops out. Actually, weirdly enough, they're attacking pastures. And I think we are not going to be going on to the greener pastures here for Kiljadi. Mango hit to the backside. Longbows have slightly overextended, maybe overstayed their welcome. But the Agincourt strategy does not lie. He's done enough here. There's going to be no punishment coming towards his economy. This is a raw 30-plus eco lead now for Demu.
And those knights are still alive.
Jeez. Okay, I'm struggling to see Killjadi's route to recovery here. He'll clear up most of the longbows before they actually get upgraded. That's great. But we're now talking about an entire age advantage. We're talking about a phenomenal eco advantage. And we're talking about reliable food sources, which is still a big question mark in my eyes for Killjadi. I mean, look at what he's doing over here, guys. He's playing onto berries. He's that desperate. And no, Super Silky Soy Boy, you... Oh, God damn, I can't believe I just said that out loud. You are not imagining things. The new meta actually is Wingard. Wingard is incredible right now. I think you're going to see most games being Wingard now. The slight nerf to Berkshire wasn't the big deal. It's the new timings, the effectivity of things like Wingard Raiders. In this case, it's going to be the Wingard Footmen. And why not, right? They're not really counted here at all. Longbows now moving in to clear up what little is left. Volley being prepped and snare arrows as well. Defense arrow is not going to change the outcome of this. I mean, this is over. GG gets called. The Agincourt build wins out. Historically accurate. Except the Mongols and Europe. We won't talk about that.